All right, I am finally back from my break for making videos. Really, I just wasn't here to make videos. Yeah, I am happy to be back, happy to be making these videos again. Today I'm going to be doing John chapter 1, verses 37 and 38. I'm going to be doing both of these. Yeah, glad to be back, glad to be making these videos again. So let's go ahead and jump right into this very interesting verse that's going to need some context, but when the two disciples heard him say this, they followed Jesus. Turning around, Jesus saw them following and asked, "What do you want?" They said, "Rabbi," which means teacher, "where are you staying?" Let's go ahead and jump right in to this first verse with me being back. All right, first things first, we have to look at this verse in context. That's the most important part. I do this as usual. The first two verses before verse 37 say this: "The next day, John the Baptist was there again with two of his disciples. When he saw Jesus passing by, he said, 'Look, the Lamb of God.'" So that's the context before we read verse 37. Verse 37 says, when the two disciples heard him say this, they followed Jesus. And I have always found this very interesting. I've read this before, that the disciples saw Jesus. They saw that John the Baptist said, "That's the Lamb of God. That's the Messiah right there." And they instantly were like, "Okay, follow." Just instantaneous. It wasn't hesitation. The Bible doesn't say they hesitated and said, "Is that?" No. They followed Jesus. Instantly followed Jesus. And I think verse 38 is even more interesting. The fact that the first question that they asked Jesus was what they asked. And this is what they asked. Turning around, Jesus saw them following and asked, "What do you want?" I found this part very interesting too. Jesus is like, what do you want? Why are you following me? Essentially. Like, what are you doing? What do you want? You know? Like a normal human reaction. If someone was following behind you, then you, what? Why are you following me? And obviously Jesus knows why, but he's asking because they don't know who this guy is. John the Baptist just said that's the Lamb of God, and they just followed him. And so then they just ask, "Where are you staying?" It was an instantaneous follow. I'm going to follow this man. It's like they didn't even know why, but they just did. That is faith. That's what we should have. We shouldn't have a moment of hesitation with Jesus. We should know he's got it. I'm good. I'm just going to follow him. I'm going to follow the Spirit. I know I'm going to be all right. That should be how we act every single day. Just like, okay, I know Jesus has it. I know I can just follow him and he'll help me. We need to lean and rely on Jesus because that's why he came to save us.